Hello party people and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a bit of a different project for you. I recently resubscribed to the Studio Calico subscription stamp set, and I love that these stamp sets are journaling prompts for me, so I decided to start another TN that is going to be predominantly word and photo based. So less embellishments, more about getting more words and photos on the page, kind of like the way I use my 6x8 story album, but in a traveler's notebook. And I'm just going to call this a journal. So welcome to my first journal with me video. These are going to be a little bit shorter because there's going to be less techniques and more just showing you how I work through my process. So the flyaway stamp set was all about what's in your own backyard, what's in your own city, and it feels really appropriate to be documenting the good things about my city right now when, if you didn't know, I'm based in Brooklyn, which is in New York City, and it is Corona Central here, and so it's really frightening, and so it feels good to be documenting the good parts of my city right now. So last year for my mom's birthday, my sister and I discovered a new restaurant where we could have crab boils, and it is clearly a favorite. And so I just decided to document some photos from that day. I have a few pictures from that day, like I have pictures of my mom because it was her birthday, but I just decided to document the restaurant and because it's a new favorite and use this stamp set. So I have the pad from my Misty out of my Misty and on my desk, and I'm using it as a stamp pad just because I'm stamping directly in the notebook, which feels really brave, and I'm normally not a brave person, but I am stamping directly into the notebook and onto the notebook pages. So I'm using my Misty pad to kind of give me a pad to stamp on. It fits right behind the pages and it helps give me like a flat surface to work on so I can get better stamp impressions. And so I stamped local favorite across the top and then added that circle that says in their neighborhood. This stamp set was designed by Geraldine of In a Creative Bubble, and you can still go ahead and purchase and subscribe to the stamp set because this is the March subscription. So I will link it in the description box. I do happen to have an affiliate link for Studio Calico, so if you decide to purchase this or subscribe, that is the link I'll be sharing. But the Studio Calico stamp subscriptions are great. They're 6x8, so you get a lot of stamps, and they're just really good story sparks. And I like the variety of designers and shapes they use in the stamp subscription. So then across the bottom, I stamped the journal. I think it's supposed to be designed to go like across a 3x4 card, and it says everyday details, and I kind of smudged my stamping a little bit. So instead of stamping the fork and knife and spoon set directly in the box, I stamped it on white cardstock and cut it out. I find myself doing this a lot lately, which is just stamping on another surface and just cutting the bits of like the stamped images out and gluing it down onto my page. So I'm kind of making my own die cuts. My friend Heba from My Little Journal does this using sticker paper, so you don't even have to use glue. And I keep trying to remember to use sticker paper for this, and I never have it out when I'm working, so I just use cardstock. But you know, you can stamp on stuff, cut it out, and now you have your own die cuts. So now I'm working on the right side, and I have these two pictures. These are 1.5 by 2, and I printed all my photos with a white border this week just because I like the way the white border looks, and also because I'm putting it, you know, I'm not matting it, so the white border kind of works as a photo mat. And now I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my stamping. So I constantly just move my stamp around on my page, trying to figure out what I want to do, and I go with that stamp set across the bottom that says let's wander around town. I kind of wanted my left and my right side to be the same dimension, so I was trying to figure out what would add, you know, the necessary length to the left side so it would be the same as the right side. And also I printed directly on my journal card. Sarah Zayas, if you don't already follow her and subscribe to her, has a tutorial for how to print directly on your journaling cards, and that is what I did. It is a super cool tutorial. I would try to remember to link it in the description box, but it involves like printing on a piece of copy paper, putting your journaling card back on it, and then print. Actually, you know what I just realized? My friend Crystal has a similar tutorial, so I will try to link both of those. They both have tutorials for how to print on journaling cards, and I've just started doing it, and it's actually really easy. And then I decided to kind of make these washi tape strips. So there is a stamp that's just a rectangle, and then they have a bunch of like filler patterns. So I've been doing all my stamping in the scrapbook.com hybrid ink, which is the black ink that I was using, and then I pull out a blue ink. This is Columbia from Ali Edwards, and a yellow ink, which is Honeyman from also Ali Edwards. So I just didn't want to introduce a lot of color into the spread. The journaling card that I did my journaling on was already, like, I had a light blue swatch. And then my mom was wearing yellow, and I had a picture of, like, corn, so I figured the yellow would be an okay color to fill in. And I'm just making these little banners that I could use as washi strips. Just as I wanted to add a little bit of color to the page. Not, like, I don't think it needed a ton of color, but it was feeling very monochromatic for me. And even after the page was over, I was just like, who am I? There's no mixed media on this. There's no die cuts. There's no layering clusters. So it just goes to show that you can do a lot of things in your own style and stretch yourself. This definitely felt like I was being creatively stretched, but it was a good stretch, and I really like how it came out in the long run. So there you go. I did all my stamping. I fussy cut those out, and now I have my, like, washi strips. So I'm layering that yellow one with the blue one that says today was a good day right across my photos. And then I put the other one on the bottom of my big photo, which is 3x4. And I like the pops of color and the texture you get from that. And it was a really easy fix and a really easy way, again, to add color and texture and dimension without adding bulk. The thing about working in a traveler's notebook is you kind of have to be cognizant of bulk because the book is attached, which is why when I do a lot of my layouts with dimension, I work outside of a notebook just so I can add things. But I think this is going to be a really fun not necessarily another project, but just another home for stories. So after this, I add a few stickers from a Studio Calico stamp set. Not stamp set. These were just, they're just flat cardstock stickers that I got in, I don't remember where, but it's definitely from Studio Calico. So I add the geotag just again to add some more color to the page. So I stamp it twice right around my Let's Wander Around Town to repeat that yellow, to just carry a little bit of more yellow over. I add a few of those cardstock stickers and I call it good. So I hope you enjoyed this really quick format and this journal with me format. Please let me know what you think in the comments if you like this and if you're interested in seeing more videos. Also, please like, comment, and subscribe if you're so inclined. And that's all I have for you today. This was a really quick and easy process, and I hope you enjoyed it. So, till next time, keep it crafty and have the very best day, and I will see you around. Bye!